are back, and as promised, we're joined by very special guests. We've got Caroline and Joey Frye. Welcome to the show, Caroline and Joey.
Thank you.
Good to have you here.
Good to have you too.
Yes, we're here to talk about Joey's amazing artwork. And Joey, can you describe a little bit of your artwork to us? Because it is artwork with a difference.
All right. I don't know when to begin, but it's basically brightly colored. It's paint, and it's kind of like a combination of traditional folk art. You might say cartoonish, sort of stylish.
Tell me about the details.
Oh, the details? So every time I'm done painting, I use a marker pen or basically a pen, and I put some details to it to give them more likeness or so.
How about how people give you the details for that?
Oh,
yeah.
So my mom receives calls from customers, and they give out specific details and a list of specific things of what they like, what they love to do, what's their hobby, and what's their favorite sports team.
And like that. Yep.
Yeah, all that stuff like that.
And so you incorporate that into the art piece.
Oh yes, it builds up a story.
Okay. And you've got, can you tell us about some of the stories that you've done, some of the artwork and the stories?
Any kind?
Yeah, any kind. Give us an example of something you've done.
Okay, so right now I am working on for a customer for, actually maybe I should just tell you about the one I have done before for, this is for a customer who lives in Mississippi, and her son is in the...
He's a sailor.
A sailor. He's patriotic. He has a wife and son. He's been to Ireland, Spain, and the Canary Islands. So what I did for the Canary Island part is I put little yellow specks all over the island to represent canaries. And originally I was going to put Tweety Bird, like a sand drawing of Tweety Bird. You know what Tweety Bird is, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. But I decided to scrap that idea, and I just left it with just little flying canaries flying around the island.
That's great to represent Canary Islands.
And so,
literal, right?
Yeah, it's literal.
so you have created this wonderful business for yourself that capitalizes on your talents, which we absolutely love. And it's called ARTism. And if people want to order a custom print, how do they go about doing that?
My Facebook page and through telephone.
Okay, and we've got autismbyjoey.com up on the website there, and then you've got a Facebook page. What is your Facebook page? Is it ARTism?
ARTism by Joey.
ARTism by Joey. Okay, fabulous. So let's back up a little bit and talk about how, and Mom, maybe you can fill in some blanks for him as well too, because he was little. But when did we first start to notice that maybe Joey was differently abled?
How I was able to speak.
Yes, let's go back to when you were younger. And
Okay.
May I start with when you were really little, and then you can pick it up? How about that?
Or take turns, or
Go ahead.
okay. So let me start this thing from. I was born around 1997, April 22nd, which was Earth Day, which was actually my favorite holiday.
I can understand why that would be. Absolutely.
And when I was 4 years old,
3 or 4.
3 or 4, I was able to say my first ever word, and that word was gondola.
gondola, okay.
That's a pretty impressive first word.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So Joe didn't speak until a little bit later,
Yeah.
but he was drawing before that.
Okay.
And was expressing things that he wanted to tell us with pictures, right?
Uh-huh.
Exactly. It's kind of like communicating.
Absolutely. And so when did you get a diagnosis of autism? You got a diagnosis of Asperger's, is that correct?
Yeah, it's basically the same thing.
When you were about, well, I think we got the formal diagnosis when he was 6, but we were pretty clued in before that happened.
Right.
Like 3 or 4.
But once
Like
he
what you
started speaking, he started speaking quite a bit, correct?
And still is.
Right.
And I still do.
And that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. But you have had a pretty amazing upbringing. You've got some incredible parents. Your mom there with you now. We got a list of mantras for the Frye household that I thought were really inspirational and that people might get a kick about. Do you guys want to tell us what they are? Or you want me to read them?
Go ahead and read them.
Okay, it says here that the mantras in the Frye household, number 1, we emphasize that we are good, what we are good at, and use it for all it's worth. We try never to dwell on what we can't do. How powerful is that? Number 2, we are a team and we help each other. And number 3, we work hard. I want to get this framed and put it on the refrigerator, like across the refrigerator, so that you have to move it out of the way to open the refrigerator. Because I think this is a recipe for success, Mom.
Yes, it sure is.
Who came up with these?
Oh, it's just been the way it's, just the way we've done things here. I mean, it's, if you start looking at the things that you can't do, then you really can't do them.
Right.
So Joey's just a positive kid. He always has
Well,
been.
young adult.
Yeah, you are.
Because I'm
that.
21.
You are. That is true.
Yes, I understand in high school you were like the prom king and
Prom prince and prom king.
prom prince and prom king.
And homecoming. Don't forget that.
And homecoming. Wow. What a list of accomplishments. And now your artwork has won some awards. Tell us about that.
Oh, this is a very good one. Okay, so when I was in junior high school, when I was 17 years old,
That was high school.
yeah, that's still high school, I made this picture of a monster attacking the city, and I named him Monsteroid.
And so you won.
Yes.
Sorry.
So I was going to the state fair, and I saw my picture on display, and it said it won first place in Best of Show. And I was like a rock star. I was like it triggered my fame, but not like Justin Bieber fame.
But someday, I want to say too, not only do you have your immediate family, but your Aunt Sissy has written in, and she said she wants everybody to know how very proud that they are of you, Joey, and that you've come so far, and that the sky is the limit for you, and I believe that. So I wanted to make sure that you got your message from Aunt Sissy. I am amazed at all the things that you've been able to do, and now you're a college student. Talk to us a little bit about what you're studying in college.
I'm saying college okay, so it's basically just art, fine arts, and right now I'm taking art history 2. I'm done with art history 1, and art history was a huge headache. It was a headache. It was hard. I bet it's hard to you too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Art history is not easy.
No.
A lot to learn.
Absolutely.
And memorize.
I mean, I like the style of the arts from history. I like prehistoric art because I love prehistory.
And so, is that your favorite period, or do you have some favorites from other times as well?
I love the Mesozoic era, and you know what it is?
Yeah.
It's the age of the dinosaurs.
Right.
'Cause I love dinosaurs.
Right. Okay.
And so, but there's art from back then?
Well, not really, but except for footprints that they left behind, so you might call that art.
Okay. That's pretty impressive. Well, and we just want to do a shout out to your mom too, because there's a transition that gets made when between the time that you're 18 and 26, and we see your mom working really hard to let you be independent and stand on your own, and that's a pretty incredible thing, right?
Joey has a really, really phenomenal support system. I mean, his dad is, we're calling him now the director of operations and logistics. He's the dude who gets him to the places that he needs to go.
Love it.
His grandparents, sister, brother, sister-in-law. I mean, we've got a lot of people helping us, so it's definitely a team effort, to be
That's
sure.
great.
Yeah.
And speaking of 18 to 26, I was kind of figuring, or maybe wanted to be independent, like much earlier, because I'm a little desperate.
You're desperate to be independent, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a really good
It is a good thing.
But
Tell them all the stuff that you do.
What I do?
I mean, you cook your own meals.
Yes, I cook my meal. I actually cook my own ramen noodles.
Okay.
And I make souffle.
You make souffle. Where'd you learn that?
Where I learned that? Well, since I was not too long ago, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and I needed to try something healthy. So Dad introduced me quiche or souffle, wherever.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned some basic ingredients: eggs, cheese, onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper. Stir them up, and you don't have to put the timer in. You just have to put it in while the oven is hot, and check them every once in a while until it's done.
Maybe we need to write a cookbook next time.
A cookbook.
That would be
A
cool.
cookbook with your own art illustrations. That would be very
That
cool.
would be very cool.
Yeah, but I already got my cookbook in my head right now.
Okay,
We
good.
need to download that. Well, I think you
All right.
guys are doing an amazing job, and because now at 21, you are an entrepreneur and you have started your own business, and that's amazing. And again, this business is ARTism, and if people want to write to you, we've got the website there on the screen. For just a very small fee, they can
Mhm.
get a piece of custom artwork that's done, commissioned for somebody else.
Mhm.
They write to you and tell you details about the person, and you create a piece of art that is specifically just for them. It's
And
an
you
amazing
also
thing.
do greeting cards, is that correct?
Oh yeah, I did greeting cards before. Want to see some greeting cards?
Yes, we
Sure.
do.
Okay,
We
let me
love
go
greeting
find them.
cards.
One right there.
I already got one, so can you see?
Beautiful.
Yeah, love it. What
That's
does that one mean?
This is for a lady who loves book and wine, and she likes to travel. Does she?
Yeah.
She likes to. So I put this. These are cartoon characters based on her detail,
Books and wine.
books and wine.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And I
love
made
it.
them. And I made them into explorers, and what they're doing right now is that they're exploring in an ancient tomb in Egypt.
Okay.
I
So
love it.
love the personalization on all of these.
And so, what is your dream, Joey? What is it that you want to be able to do?
Oh, I got several of them. It's
Okay.
pretty big, so you guys ready?
I'm
Yes.
ready.
Bye.
All right. Hold on to your butts.
Okay.
Here.
Hold on.
All right.
Well, sorry about that.
That's all
That's
right.
okay.
Okay, so I want to continue on with my business.
Mm-hmm.
Continue on working with my business. Get a certificate once I'm done with Jimena, and possibly I would like to go to Burbank and make cartoon characters.
Okay. Yeah.
Like for
and
Disney.
work in the film business.
Yeah, like for Disney or Warner Brothers or
Nickelodeon.
Pixar or.
Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah,
Lots of dreams.
because I love cartoons. I want to see my art in motion.
Mm-hmm. Animation.
Basically two animation, like 3D and 2D or cell, whatever you like to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been able to do any animation, Joey?
I did occasionally. I started to attempting to use a little app thing on my phone, which is called stop motion, and I did the first time, and it turned out really well. I haven't used it recently right now.
I think we need to set up a meeting between you and Danny Bowman.
Yeah, she's a animator.
Danny Bowman is an animator who just graduated from college. She went to college full ride. She's an animator and she teaches animation. She's on the spectrum too. And I'll bet she would love to talk to you. Maybe we can arrange.
Yeah.
Maybe we can arrange a phone call between the two of you.
All right.
And if you come out to Burbank, if that ever, if you get that together, let us know because we're very close to Burbank.
Yes, we are.
Really? What's it like there? What's it like in Burbank?
I love Burbank. Burbank is one of my favorite places, honestly. There are lots of flowers grow in Burbank.
Yes, and it tends to be warm all the time.
And it looks just like every other place in Los Angeles. There's palm trees and blooming flowers, but every so often, there'll be store, grocery store, and then Disney Studios. And so that's a very fun thing. So
my mom loves Disney because. And does it have any crime?
Well, I mean, like every
bit.
other place, but it's a pretty nice place. Burbank is pretty cool.
Because, all right, and my mom has been to California before, pretty recently, but not in Burbank, but in the northern part of California.
I was actually there last week.
And she said it was cold.
Yeah, well, it can be. It can be.
Yeah.
We have a cold snap always in May, but the rest of the time it's warm as can be. So you'll have to come and see it for yourself, Joey.
All right. And right now, outside is kind of wet.
It's wet here, too. It's raining here.
Right.
But I think that you're remarkable, Joey. I think you've got some amazing things going on and some amazing things that are going to happen for you in the future. And I think that part of it is because you are so talented, but that you have a great group of people behind you.
Yes, you do.
Who
You have
are
a great support
supporting
system.
you and helping you get this all happening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We've loved having you on the show today, and we wish you the best of luck with your autism.
All right.